Jesse is example of safety. Like this is what the company is all about, right? I mean, he takes safety as first thing, and then he starts working on others.
He's just a super hardworking, very diligent individual. He's just the type of person who is going to make sure it gets done and make sure it's done right.
My name is Jesse Burton. I went to school at Butler University and Purdue University's Indianapolis campus. I did a dual degree program there, so I got to study physics at Butler and electrical engineering downtown at IUPUI. And I was intending to go into power systems after I graduated, or go to grad school, but I thought at least right after school I graduate, then I need to start working and get some real hands-on experience in the field. At that time, I was offered a job with Boeing Defense, Space and Security in St. Louis to work on the F-18, and I couldn't pass that up. So I absolutely took that opportunity. I was there for 3 years. It was a great experience. I got a lot of experience in a software realm. It's completely separate from power systems, but it was a great experience professionally and personally. But the opportunity came up to move back to Indiana, and that's when I found Epsco. And they were looking for someone in the Indianapolis area that could hit a lot of the lower Midwest, in the Chicago region, to St. Louis, central and northern Ohio, even over to Pittsburgh. And that fit perfectly for me, being in Indianapolis, the crossroads of America. We could easily hit all of those locations and being centered in Indianapolis. And that also allowed me to pursue what I felt was my a truer calling, which was getting into power systems, but also along with the survivability, which was a big goal at Boeing. Survivability is the ultimate goal at Epsco, where we are trying to eliminate electrical fatalities by 2030. And the kind of work that we do helps these teams, the electricians, the maintenance crews, anybody involved, stay alive. My wife and I are big on hiking. We went hiking on our honeymoon, got caught in a snowstorm at about 11,000 feet. So we do a lot of that. Our dog loves to go with us, even if it's just short hikes. So we spend a lot of time with our dog as well. I've picked up a little bit of woodworking here and there. I've had some family help me out with learning that kind of stuff, making small pieces of furniture, tables, things for the kitchen, things like that. But I love music. I don't play music anymore, but I still am a music listener. That's a big hobby of mine as well.
So tell me about Jesse Burton.
Yeah, again, Jesse is also, I think when I talk about Jesse, the first word that pops up on my head would be, how much, he takes care about safety.
From what I've heard from customers, I've worked with Jesse firsthand, but also from what I've heard from them, customers have said that Jesse Burton is high feedback, high diligence, very hardworking. A lot of times he's going to be the individual who is going to be putting in long hours, making sure your project is complete. This is something that Jesse is very diligent about, but also he's just a super hardworking, very diligent individual. He's just the type of person who is going to make sure it gets done and make sure it's done right.
Electrical safety, first of all, is a great way to make an impact every day on the floor with the people performing the work. And those lives are just as important as any other lives that we're trying to protect. And there's so many more that we could have an effect on as well, that we could help out.
This is what the company is all about, right? Electrical safety, and I think he is right there. And again, I mean, he has done really great projects. I think he did the Caterpillar project, which was one of the biggest in our Epsco history. So that again, like I mean, these things say a lot about our engineers, and especially about Jesse. And he's very diligent as well, and he's always on the top of the things. He wants to knock it. He just wants to crash it all the time.
I think what separates an Epsco engineer from anyone else, maybe in this field, is that with a company of our size, we get people dedicated to electrical safety and arc flash. Arc flash and electrical safety are not just side projects of a much larger company who can spit these things out. Might take 6 months or longer. This is our total dedication to electrical safety. And with our engineers in the field, that's collecting data for the arc flash study and then perform the engineering and generating report for the customer. My favorite part of the job is being on my feet all the time and getting out there and taking off panel covers, getting into it. That's so far that's the best part about this job. The engineering part is a nice piece to have at home because not everything has to be done on site, and that's where we get to decompress after a long hard week on site. Those weeks they get long and hot often in the summer. But we get to experience exactly what those electrical or maintenance crews are doing every day. And, for just, a little bit of time, it really, I have such a greater appreciation for the work that they do and how much more important it is for me to help them stay safe, especially in those really intense environments where they're hot, they're sweaty, they're dirty, and things might obscure their vision when they're performing electrical work. And anything that we can provide, any little piece of information that might help them perform their job more safely is my goal, is to provide that information for them.
So yeah, I mean, it's like exciting to have someone like him with us. Not only he brings great skills, but also he brings safety, manners and all. So yeah, it's brilliant to work with him.
Epsco provides you the necessary information so that you can work safely. And Epsco can be a guide on your track to a perfect safety record, or a more perfect safety record. Obviously, there are things out of our control that we can't help with always, but it seems like that's what all a customer could want, is that we are there to navigate this kind of confusing at times standard that really is just trying to help keep people alive.